ninjas, how are you doing? It's your girl Owamie, and welcome back to another episode of To Hell and Back. Now I do have to say, guys, a huge disclaimer. I have flu, so I might be sneezing, I might be coughing, I am sweating. Like literally, I don't even know. I wanted to say a pig, but I've never seen a pig sweat. So I'm on medication, so I think I'm sweating the flu out. It's wild. My face is just drenched in sweat. So guys, please do bear with me. I also want to say I am really sorry, guys, that there were no episodes this past week. I did have a masterclass, and on top of that, it's December, guys. Like I feel like people are just starting to settle in, you know, and everything. I do also have to say a huge shout out to FS Emporium. You guys know she's been sponsoring this show. This is one of her pieces that is from her loungewear collection. It's very beautiful, it's very comfortable, the material is really nice. So I will make sure that I leave her link in the description box down below. Go to Instagram and check her out. And I also want to say a huge shout out to Manu Media. They're the ones that are actually producing you know, To Hell and Back, even though today we're shooting independently. But I won't lie, guys, a lot of this stuff I learned from him. So I will also leave the link to his Instagram in the description box down below. He also has a YouTube channel, so I'm gonna also link his YouTube channel in the description box down below. Now, my ninjas, today we do have our guest who, you guys know, the moment you see the hat, you just know. You just know. You know, the hat is now like a symbol, you know, but yeah, obviously because she wants to remain anonymous, I have to give you a name. So I'm going to call you Rebecca.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to call you Rebecca, right? Yes. So welcome, Rebecca, to Hell and Back. Welcome.
Thank you, Owamie. I'm back from hell.
You're back from hell. Yes. You went to hell and now you're back.
Now I'm back.
Okay. So basically, obviously, you know, I let you guys just tell your story, what happened and everything, like from the beginning, because when it comes to anonymous stories, we don't do any background. We're trying to keep as anonymous as possible, yeah. So please just tell me from where it began, you know, to the end.
Okay, this began with a DM, ne?
Okay.
A DM on Instagram. I think it was because we met last year, but the DM was the year before, around November.
Okay.
So 2021 November. He's like, hello, how are you? Very different, you know, it's not those random looking people, dodgy, hey, the whole day. It was just a very nice, hello, how are you? I'd like to get to know you. And I was like, oh, this is different. You know, it's not the normal Indian dodgy looking.
Yeah, hey, gorgeous.
The whole day. So it was very polite. The approach was very polite. And I was like, oh, this is different. I'd just like to get to know you. Do you mind sharing your number? I'm in Joburg, and I said, okay, I'm in this place. I mean, I'm not from the province of Gauteng, but it's one of the surrounding provinces. I was like, okay, give him my number. We started talking on WhatsApp. It was just a normal, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Oh, okay, no, I'm from Uganda. All right. Yeah, we spoke for such a long time on WhatsApp, you know. It wasn't every day because obviously we hadn't met, but it was just, how are you doing? How's this? How's work? When can we meet up? I was like, okay, let's meet in the middle between the two places because then it's both equal traveling distance. But we ended up meeting in Mall of Africa, which was last year, September. That's when we met for the first time.
So which means you drove all the way to his place.
Yeah, but I spent a lot of time around. Like, so it's not like I was driving specifically to see him. Like, I come, I see friends, I come here often. So it was I'm going to be around this weekend. Oh, okay, let's meet this weekend then. Okay, fine. We met in Mall of Africa. We had lunch. Before the lunch, actually, he said to me, oh, I lost my wallet. Do you mind paying? and my friend said, don't go. She was like, no, don't go.
Wait, he's telling you he lost his wallet before you meet?
Yes, the night before. He says to me, I lost my wallet. Do you mind paying? And my friend is like, hi, because I was at my friend's place. She's like, don't go.
Why can't he send money to himself, withdraw and everything? Because he already sees before, like, that's wild.
I don't even ask. And then because I was like, I'm not gonna go pay. I mean, just now someone orders things that are like 800 rand or something. So I said to him, like, it's fine, I'll pay, but I don't have enough money. He's like, no, I'm just gonna have a juice. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I mean, water, juice, you know. Anyway, we meet up there. He took a while to come. So for me, it's sort of like he said he lives closer in the area, but he took about 30 minutes to come. So maybe He didn't actually live in the area around Mall of Africa. He probably lives in Joburg. That's what I thought, like after analyzing the situation. Okay, fine, we meet. It's just a getting to know each other. Okay, how's this? How are you? You know, how many siblings? You know the normal questions. How many siblings do you have? He's like, I think he said 20. And obviously that's like, but 20 kids. You know? How are you guys 20 kids? And then he was like, no, my father's a king. You see.
A king in Uganda.
Yeah, it's already started.
Okay.
My father's a king, so my mom is the third wife. My dad is 3 wives. So my mom is the third wife, so I'm the only boy from my mom. Oh, so automatically this person's telling you that I'm a prince. Okay, fine. We just spoke. Oh, no, in South Africa, my cousins are here. He says he lives with his cousins. He's also got an uncle. He just mentioned the uncle in passing. I've got an uncle who also stays here. My uncle is like a Sangoma, but yeah, he stays in Joburg. Okay, that was it. And then we just spoke about other things. And then I'm just trying to think back to everything. Then I come often, like I said, I attend events here. I do a lot of things around Gauteng. So I told him, I'm going to be around another weekend. I think I saw him the Sunday after the event that I attended on Saturday.
But wait, I just want to find out, with the first date, this guy the night before called you to say that he lost his wallet.
No, like 30 minutes before.
30 minutes before you guys were to
talking,
meet.
okay, we're going to meet at this place at this time. And then he said, oh no, he lost his wallet the night before. And then I think it's also part of a test to see, I don't know what to see what or what are they assessing.
Yeah.
But
if you are someone that would give.
Are you going to be difficult maybe to get money out of?
Yeah.
I guess. But I just say, hey, I don't have a lot of money. I only have like 100 rand because I was not about to be spending a lot of money, you know. Because the main thing was just to meet this person. It wasn't about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Then it's another day. We attended a function on a Saturday with a friend. Met with him the Sunday. He had gone home, so he had flew back that night. So he said, no, I'm in Rosebank. But it was on the way as well. So we met in Rosebank, sat down, had lunch. And I was like, oh, but you said your uncle lives around here. You know, he's like, yeah, actually, it's not far. Let's go see him, actually. And I was like, hey, see him out. He's like, no, I want him to tell me if you're the right person for me. And I was like, seriously? He's like, no, I'm joking. You know, but he sounded serious. Because he's mentioned his uncle is a Sangoma.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat of a traditional person, so I'm not like unfamiliar with people doing consultations and such things. So we go, it's literally just down the road. It's not far from the mall. So I sent my friend a location. I sent my aunt a location because I'm like, now I'm going to somewhere with this person, you know, and yeah.
Who was driving?
He was driving, because I came with my car. He was also at the mall. Okay. So we went with his car. Actually.
What car was he driving?
He was driving a Mercedes.
White?
Yeah, GL.
It's always a white GLC.
I don't know, it's an SUV. I don't know cars that well. But I think it's a GLE, GLC. GLC is the one that almost looks like a BMW.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
He was driving that. We got into his car. Literally, not even 5 minutes away, we got there. The uncle wasn't there. Got to the house. It's a house with a high wall. You know, it's secure.
It's a house.
Yeah, it's an actual house.
Okay.
We sat in the lounge. And he said, no, I called my uncle to come. Uncle came in, so happy to see me. Oh my gosh, I've heard so much about you. Because we had talked for a long time. I'm thinking, what have you told this guy about me? Because as far as I know, we're not even dating yet, or we haven't established what's going on between the two of us.
And this is the second time you're meeting him?
I think it was the second or third, but it was not, we hadn't been on 5 dates by then.
Okay.
Because I think it was 2 months, a month after the first meeting. We meet, the uncle's very happy to see me. Oh my gosh, she's told me so much about you. Starts telling me about their culture, where they're from, and normally actually in their culture, they do arranged marriages. So now lately they've allowed people to choose their own partners. So he's so happy to see me because obviously this is someone he's been telling his uncle about, and now I'm here. All right, fine. Spoke, and then he said, no, she asked me how you consult. Because it was just, literally, it was not like a deliberate conversation. That's why I didn't think much of it, because it was a conversation that happened in passing. I said, okay, so, she was asking how you consult. He said, no, we use bones. I'm like, oh, that's the same thing we use in my culture. Bones, you know.
So wait, when you got there, like, did the uncle have, like, Indumba?
Then we hadn't been to the Indumba, which was outside. Okay. But we were inside the house. Normal house, sitting in the lounge, you know, just talking.
Yeah.
We went back to the Indumba. It's a room. It doesn't have windows. It's like a 2-room, but the first room has a little couch, and the room inside doesn't like have a window or anything. I think it was red on the floor. I think they had red cloths around on the floor, candle, the little, I don't know what to call
Like a sangoma setup.
Yeah, but I think theirs is a bit different because it has there's this little house, man. It looks like it's made out of
Like a hut.
It looks like a hat.
A hut.
Hat,
Sort of
but
like
the
that is
small
made
one.
of,
they
that
had
is
one
made of grass.
Yes. They had one of those there. I'm just trying to remember what I saw. A table, a candle on, you know. I think there are cloths on the wall, but not the cloths we use here. Okay. Then the uncle was like, throw the bones. I think I threw them 3 times.
You threw the bones.
Yeah, it's just,
Chomi, you were not scared.
I don't know why I wasn't scared. I think because it was not completely unfamiliar.
So you do consult.
Yes, but
Okay.
obviously it's different because it looks different.
Okay.
It's the bones, it's bones, but it's different. It's those little white bones that people sometimes wear around there.
Okay.
It's nothing bizarre.
Oh, those ones that are like shells, almost like.
They make a sound if you have them around the.
Yeah,
it's
I know them.
It's one of those. So it's scary, but at the same time, it's not unfamiliar.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making sense. It's not foreign. It's not like someone's never been to Ndomba.
Yeah.
You know. So I threw the bones 3 times. Then they start smiling. So I don't know if them throwing that was to see, because there's an element of checking how much luck you have, how much, you know, like your. I think it's a way of them to assess you. I don't know what they're assessing, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's saying, no, I just want to check if you're the right person for him. Oh, no, you guys are. Like you guys are meant to be together, but it's just that you know, they'll say no, then I need to consult on my own. So he left, I consulted on my own through the bones. And he said, I mean, they tell you things that are actually happening, you know, whatever this, at work this and this, you haven't been lucky with relationships, like it's nothing.
But you know, I think like when it comes to like someone saying you've not been lucky with relationships,
I mean,
obviously because you're single.
I'm here trying another one, so but it wasn't very I could relate to what you were saying.
Okay.
I think the guy is a genuine
Sangoma.
I think so. I don't think he's like a guy trying to be one.
Okay.
And then he said to me, okay, cool, we just need to do a cleansing. This is still not foreign, you know, remember. So he says, I just want you to I think it was Sunday that I was there. After you bath, just bath with normal soap water. Afterwards, bath with just water. Pray, just say some things like, whatever's been bad that's been done to me, I just want to remove all the bad luck. Still not foreign, you know what I mean? And then you must just bring that water in a 1 liter bottle.
Okay.
All right, fine. I think the Wednesday or Thursday I went back with the water. Okay, I came back with the water. I went to the room again. He was also there. And then they brought a 2-plate stove, and then a hot pot. It was a hot pot. And then he poured the water in the pot. He actually washed my hands with the water as he's pouring it in.
Okay.
And washed my feet with it. I mean, you know. The 2-plate stove is there, the pot is on top. They switched the stove on, they poured the water in, washed my hands with it, washed my feet. And then they closed the lid. And then he said, we're going to start praying. All 3 of us now are praying. You know, whatever bad luck's been done, whatever, he must come out. You know, the guy's passionate. Come out now.
Who's passionate? The uncle or your boyfriend?
The uncle is I don't even know if I should call him a boyfriend, but the uncle is
Okay,
passionate.
let me say you're a scammer. Yeah, let's call them right.
Let's call him a love interest. It's a scam, actually.
It's a scammer, yeah.
Scammer.
So the uncle is the one that is like very much in
Yeah, we're all
power.
praying. No, like obviously I'm praying, but I'm not praying.
But your eyes are closed.
No, my eyes are open the whole time.
Okay.
I never closed my eyes at once. Like we were all praying with our eyes open, actually. So the pot is there. It obviously starts boiling.
Okay, because it's being boiled.
Yeah, I mean the stove is on. The pot is boiling. The pot is boiling. You know, you'll see water starting to escape. Okay, the uncle switches off the
stove.
The stove. And then he opens the pot. Okay, the water's black. Now the water's black. And then he poured everything like onto a cloth. And then there was 100 rand that was wrapped up with a cloth and a string. There was a piece of a snake. There was bones. Like there was just a lot of things. There was a cross. The cross. Like there was a cross. There was just trying to remember everything that was there. Bones, a cross, claw of a vulture.
A what? A claw. Okay.
A vulture, yeah.
Okay.
Now they're all surprised. And I think it's what I struggled with for a very long time. I'm like, it's either these people are really good actors, or it's like, was this real? Was it not real? I mean, these people was just as shocked as I was, you know? Then he started to explain that this money, your money is being tied up. That's why maybe sometimes when you have money, you know, all of us when you have money, we spend it most.
It's like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not good with money, you'll always spend your money.
Other than that, even if you're good with money, you will spend money because it's expensive to just be alive.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that as soon as you have money, you want to do. So he's like, your money's been tied up. This vulture's hand, the cross was to kill you. And also, I think as someone who's experienced witchcraft before, like genuinely, like people bewitching you, it's not
difficult to believe
someone saying that. And you're seeing it. You're seeing the money. You're seeing this. You know that once you've given money some way. Because where I used to work, we used to give 100 rands. So I thought, okay, maybe that's where they were using the 100 rand. The vulture's hand is for this. Like he literally explained everything that was in there. And then he said, no, we need to do like this is part of the cleansing. We need to finish this cleansing. But now this needs a black cow. We need to slaughter a black cow. And I later found out that slaughtering a black cow is not a good thing.
It's not.
It's not, because apparently what they're doing is that, to some extent, I believe that, okay, maybe they actually do a cleansing. Because obviously whatever they're going to do, whatever they're going to use on you, it needs to work. So maybe they, I don't know.
Maybe that cleansing is the opening of a portal for their things.
That's what I thought.
Can work properly, maybe.
I think so, because honestly, after that cleansing, I felt like things were so much better in my life. Like generally.
So you did. How much did you spend for the cow?
Now they say the cow, I think they said it's 12,000 rand.
12. So they are the ones that went to buy the cow?
And then he said, there's a lady who brings the cows. I can deposit directly into that lady's account. But it was like a bank account. So
is it a South African woman?
I think so. The name, I think it's South African.
Okay.
So now it's stress off. And you start getting stressed now. You want to finish this, you know. I managed to borrow the money. I deposited it.
12,000 rands.
Yeah, and then I said, I actually want to be present when this is going on. I mean, if they're going to be slaughtering a cow and whatnot. And then I think it got very late that day. They were like, no, they'll do it during the night. Ne? We must come back the next day in the morning. Okay, fine. We both came back the next day in the morning. And Vele, the cow was there. The cow head was there. And then I touched it. You could feel that this is cold. Like, this is something that just probably got slaughtered now, you know. So that's why I think for a very long time I struggled with how much of this is real, how much of it is not, how much of it is a scam, you know. Like, I went back and forth for a very long time, and I think that's why I struggled so much.
But the thing that you saw was what? The head of a cow?
No, like from the neck. You know those, like when they put it up as a decoration, you know how big it's a head and a bit of the neck. It was there.
But do you know they actually can go to a butcher and just buy that?
That's what I've been told as well. So
yeah.
And then he explained that no, the meat that we slaughter we give to poor people.
So the meat was already donated.
That's what they say.
Like literally, this is the morning. The meat should still be there, Mos. You should have been able to see, but obviously.
But obviously, it's not about the meat. Remember?
Yeah,
it's not about the meat. It's got nothing to do with the meat. So
they are the poor they're talking about. The child, probably. Yeah.
So yeah, the cow is there. Okay, and I've been told the black cow is not a good thing. That's also how sometimes they kill people through rituals by slaughtering animals. You know, so. I think I had to pray, this is the cow I'm sacrificing for the cleansing and whatnot. And he said he's going to throw those things into a river. Do you want me to send it back to the people or throw it in a river, whatever? But I was like, okay, do whatever. Throw it in the river, send it back, as long as it's not in my life anymore. Fine. And then weeks came by. It's like, okay. Then we came in again. Okay, no, the cleansing's been done. And then it was this thing of, after we're done with the cleanse, you need to come so you can meet the fathers of this house. It's like, the fathers of this house. Okay, you know. We came in one day, then we were told to start clapping. Him and I will start clapping now.
You and your scam?
Me and the guy. What? We are clapping. Remember, I don't know, we've just been told to clap. We are clapping.
Like in Dumba?
In that room.
Okay.
We are clapping. And then there's a voice that just comes out. Hello, my children. Hello, my son. I see that you've brought us a daughter. I'm just cutting this a bit short, but you've brought us a daughter, and yeah, we are so happy that she's here. Literally, it's a voice, like there's no body or anything.
But like, for you to describe the voice, does it sound like it's a phone, or it sounds like someone is in the room with you?
It doesn't sound like a phone because it's a conversation.
Okay.
It's actually a conversation.
So it's someone the voice is like in the room.
It's in the room, but there's no one there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if this person, I don't know where this person could be standing.
So, I mean, there's a video that is still gonna come. I don't know if the video will be up yet or not, but there is a Ugandan guy that sent me sort of like this guy's his manual. So what they do is they dig a hole in the room.
Oh my gosh, in the ground.
In the ground.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
the ancestor is actually underground, and then that's why they have to put a board, and everywhere mostly they must have either a sponge or whatever, but the person is under the hut, so that you think the voice is coming from the hut because it will be directed from there. So there was actually someone under the floor.
It sounded like it was coming from the hut.
So it was definitely in that direction.
Yeah. So then the lights go off now. Now it's dark, and then they're saying that they call them the powers are now there. Now they're speaking to us, and then I think we spoke that day. Fine. Then I had to come back another day. Came back another day. They said they want to give us our gifts. See, we get that again, clapping. Then we went outside the room. We were praying. We had incense sticks.
Outside?
No, remember it's a 2-room.
Okay.
So there's a room where it's in Dumba, and then there's a smaller room where there's a little couch.
Okay.
And then there's a door to go out
to
the bigger house.
Yeah.
So we are there. We had to go out of the Dumba, switch off the candles. We each had to come with 100 rand that day. And then we put it in a trunk, a very big, it's a big trunk, big, huge trunk. Mm-hmm. We put it in the trunk, both of us, each. It's empty. We go outside, we're praying, we've got incense things like pray for the life you guys want to live together, pray for your relationship. And I mean, with this whole thing, obviously it's weird and strange, but you think, okay, maybe these people do things differently. Maybe these guys know what they want from the beginning. You're thinking it's different because it's foreign, remember? Maybe these people, this is how they date. This guy's a prince. I mean, come on, maybe it's a bit different from them. It goes through other channels, whatever. Fine, we go out. We're busy with the incense sticks now. The uncle is praying, we're praying. It's light. Okay, fine. After that, we go back into the room. The uncle switches on the candle back with the matches. Now the trunk is full of money. Full of money.
The ancestor crawled under the ground,
and
put that,
money.
And then closed and went back.
Tons of money in the trunk. It's a very big trunk. I can't tell you how big it is, but it's like a trunk.
It's the same trunk that Jabu spoke of.
Yeah, it's a trunk. Tons of money, and then we get given 200 each. And then we are told this money.
It's always 200.
But we told that we need to go and spend this money, like buy something for like a homeless person. Okay. And then give it to them. And you can spend some on yourself, but we have to go spend it on people. Okay. That's why sometimes I kept thinking, maybe this is an element of ritual money, or like, it's not purely, the effort to go and buy people, homeless people, things that, so yeah, then it was, okay guys, this is your money to start your lives together.
Did they tell you how much?
They said we must guess how much it is.
And then how much did you guess?
I said it's 10 million. They're like, no, it's not 10 million, it's 30 million, something like that.
13.
And it's dollars and rands, ne?
Wow.
It's not just rands. Okay, fine. And then they said, okay, but we're giving you guys this money. And now it's dark, now it's a discussion in the dark. But for me, I think what also it wasn't like, when the people say it's someone who's behind the curtain or whatever, it didn't sound like that, honestly, because at the level that we were speaking, it sounded like this person is on, because we were sitting on the floor, and I heard like, when you can hear if a cow's ringing a bell. Mm-hmm. I could hear that this thing is ringing a bell around its neck. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe these people have animals that, or some, you get what I mean, maybe batwele or something along those lines, mm-hmm. because it didn't sound like someone who's standing up.
Yes, because the person has to lie under the hole that was digged. I mean, now I'm giving you the scoop that I just got sent. Mm. Yeah, there's the reason why the sound of the voice sounds like it's because the person is actually just underground. Underneath. Yes, just there.
Why the bell around the neck then?
Because then it's like aesthetic. It makes it seem supernaturalistic.
I don't know, maybe it's part of the whole thing, but yeah, those are the things that really made me go back and forth in the, was this a scam? Was it not a scam? Was it? And then you're hearing one voice, and the next time there's two people. But anyway, it was like, okay, this money is for you guys to start your life together. But now you can't just have this money. You can't just have this money. And I think at some point they said, no, you guys need to go on a trip soon. So I don't know, we're probably going to go on a trip, and I was just going to be convinced that, you know what. But I said to him after, I'm like, I don't need this money. Like, we don't have to get this money. This money probably has conditions or something. It's not, and I'm sure if you work hard enough, you can make this money. That's what I said to him. I'm like, I'm not really
comfortable
with the money because I don't need the money. And I don't want money that's going to come with conditions of some sort, you know, because I was thinking maybe it's sacrifices, maybe it's something like that, you know. So I said to him, I don't think we really need this money, like really, like, you know, because for me it's coming in such a weird way. So I was just back and forth of a week. He's acting so strange. I'm saying acting because I don't think he was as stressed as he's so stressed about this.
What is he stressed about? Like, we're going to lose this money.
What are we going to do? You know,
the phone calls were they starting to?
No. We spoke frequently during that time. Like, we spoke, and I think we saw each other a lot because we were meeting. Sometimes we were meeting to see the uncle. It was.
So were you in Gauteng at that time full time because you stay out of?
No, I wasn't. But I wasn't staying far.
Okay, so you would come.
Yeah, but he would pay for the petrol.
Oh, okay.
He would pay for me to come, so it wasn't It was just me taking my time to come.
Okay.
More than anything, and he even came to visit me sometimes. So it was not
one-sided.
Yes, in a way. He would visit, and then he said, I told him, listen, this money, I don't know, hey, I really don't know. We saw the uncle again, they're like, okay, but we want to give you this money, and you need to be able to explain where you got the money from, because you can't just have money. You know what's funny, the ancestor the one time said, you know this money, you see how they found Surah Ramaphosa with money in his couches. In my head, I was like, but how would an ancestor know that
they know everything?
That Surah Ramaphosa had money. It was such a recent thing. So we don't want you guys to be in a situation where you're in trouble with the law. So now we need to brainstorm about what are you guys going to do so you can take the money. It's your money. But it will stay there with the uncle so long. So it was like, okay, you know, what can you guys do? What's the most money you've gotten into your account previously? When? You know, just to try and see. Then eventually it's like, no, I think you guys are going to have to take out loans, and then you'll pay back the loans. Not a problem. You'll pay it back. Then when you're asked, you'll say, no, I started a business with the money or something. There'll be an explanation because you're taking a loan. Okay, now we need to dedicate a day for him and I to go and do the loans.
So who's doing the loans? You're
both
doing them. Both of you.
Both of us are doing the loans at this point. Okay, when can we go? Remember, I work, so I'm not available all the time. Like, I can't just be somewhere on a Monday. No, I'll see when I can take a day off. Fine. And they said it has to be done in one day. Like, it's a one-day thing. We come in. He said we're going to come in and do prayers in the morning with our documents, and then we're going to go to the banks, him and I. And we have to go to all 5 banks.
So now what I want to find out is that where is the uncle now? Because now the ancestor has taken over.
No, he's also there.
Okay, so everything is happening in the presence of the uncle as well.
Yes, he's also being called my son.
Okay.
Yeah, my son, the uncle.
Okay.
And then my son is the other one, I'm the daughter.
Okay.
He said, okay, where can we go? We need to go somewhere where there aren't, this is him now, where there aren't a lot of people. Let's go to Campus Square, because all the banks are there and it's not busy. Like, it's not busy like going somewhere else. Okay, fine. We went to Campus Square in the morning. I got there. He was having breakfast. He even asked me, oh, should I order you something? Have breakfast before we start? And then he said, because now we're in Campus Square, we can't all be going to the banks at the same time. Because now it's suspicious. I come, he comes. I come, he comes. So he's going to go to another bank in, is it Carlton Center? That's what he said. Okay, fine. That day we apply. And you know, most loans get approved on the spot. It's the same day. So I went to the 5 banks, you know, the 5 banks. And then afterwards, I told them how much I got. But I also would minimize it, because if I was at a bank and they said, we want to give you 50,000, I was still scared. I was like, hey, guys, just give me 20. Just give me 20, just give me 20. Like, I kept thinking, should I lose this money?
How will I pay it back?
Will it, what's not an acceptable amount, because this is not acceptable at all, but which money, you know, can I be kind of okay-ish losing? Not that it's okay, because I was just like, because it's a gamble. It always feels like a gamble at the end, because it's like, okay, here's this guy, here's the money, here's, you know, the thing that you've been shown. Yeah, we finished that day, we got all the loans.
How much did you get?
The total was 168,000 rand.
Okay.
Total. But remember, it was not all the money I could have gotten. It's just that when they say, we're giving you 100K, I say, hey guys, give me 50. Because it was still an element of fear, you know, that, imagine 3 million rand and this person does have peers or something, you know. So It was 168,000 rand. And then they usually pay within a week. Then it was a day, okay, we need to meet so we can bring the money. And I said to him, no, what if I get mugged now or something? It's like, okay, if you feel like that. He said, he said he got a 400 and something thousand. He said he got that much from his savings and from his bank account. And I remember being at the bank and I asked the lady, I'm like, listen, like, can foreigners get loans? She's like, well, if they have a
business account
or work permit,
yeah,
can qualify. And he told me he had a job at the time. He had a job that he goes to.
What did he say he was doing?
He said he was working for his government in the country. Like,
he said a diplomat.
No, he said he does procurement.
Okay.
So whatever things that his country's buying in South Africa, they're the ones who go and look for those things. Like fridges or whatever, like random stuff that they buy here. They are the people who actually go. But even on his LinkedIn, it says that's what he does.
Okay. So he even has a LinkedIn.
He's got a LinkedIn. He's got an Instagram. And when you go on his Instagram, he doesn't look like someone who's gonna scam you.
Wow.
Because he's someone who's driven Range Rovers with his name on it. He doesn't look like someone who's trying to scam you. Okay. He said he got 400 and something thousand. We met the Friday. I think it was the Friday of that week. I transferred all the money into my one bank account, then I went to withdraw it. And the ladies at the bank kept saying, what are you going to do with this money? I'm like, oh, no, I'm going to buy a car. You need to be careful. It's festive. I think it was November last year. It's festive. You need to be very careful, And you see, once you've gone in, you're kind of like too far in. You're like, let me just finish this off. It's very hard to go back. I don't know if they're using something or what, because now I've given them water that I bathed with. So, I don't know. But anyway, I withdraw the money, the uncle comes, gets into the back seat, I give him the money,
Wait, you give him the money in the car?
In my car.
Okay.
Because I went to withdraw in the mall, because I'm not about to be driving around
with that cash. Okay, so the uncle came to take the money.
He came, took the money, went to his place.
Okay.
Now, I think that's when he told me that his car crashed, actually. It was just before then, because he's very moody. So like, hey, why are you like this? Why are you off? My car has crashed. You're complaining about small things. I've lost my car. Can claim that his car crashed. I don't know how true that is. His
ancestors didn't protect his car?
His cousin crashed his car.
His cousin?
Off, yeah.
Okay.
Because when we started talking, I told him to get insurance, because he told me he doesn't have insurance. And he actually got tracker. So he said...
How did you get to speak about he does not have insurance?
I was speaking to him on the phone one day. He had two phones, and then one got snatched while he was talking to me. Then he called me on the other phone. That's when the insurance topic came up. And I said, well, thank God they didn't take your car, because... Then he's like, I said, you can claim your phone from insurance. He said, no, I bought it cash. Even the car, I bought cash. I'm like, your car doesn't have insurance. He's like, no. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you drive around with a car like that with no insurance? That's when the insurance topic started. Okay. And then he said, no, he's actually going to get insurance. Like, he actually changed his registration of his car. He got tracker. So I don't know if, like, Vele, the guy didn't have insurance. And he said to me, oh, it's so nice to have a woman. Now I think about things like insurance. And I kept nagging him, but so he got the tracker. He was about to get insurance, but...
Did you see proof?
No, I didn't, because...
So he just told you I got it?
Yeah, but he changed his registration, so he said he had to change
like the plate number of the car?
Because it was another province, so he changed it to Gauteng.
Okay.
And then he said no, because the cousin had bought the car for him. Like, he gave him money, he changed it into his name, so he can actually get all the trackers and insurances. That's what he told me. But what's funny now, looking back, I once sat with him at a restaurant way before the car crashed. And he was on the phone with an insurance company over an insurance claim. So obviously this is someone who knew about insurance. So I don't know if he was just playing along to the whole thing that the car crashed. Yeah,
because if he told you that he has insurance, when the car crashes, you can't now feel too sorry for him because the insurance will cover.
Yes, and he's someone who knows how it works.
Exactly. But if he doesn't have insurance, he just lost this huge bands, you gonna obviously start feeling sorry for him. The scam.
I think maybe it's part of the scam that, oh no, because now there's the money we've been shown, he needs to get a car soon. So I think it's to help.
It should fasten.
Yeah. So then the uncle calls us the same day I gave him the money. We were just around hanging out. He's like, you know what, guys? The powers say the money's not enough. It's not enough for the amount of money you're going to get. So you guys, but anyway, it's fine. I need you guys to go each buy a black cloth. Each 1 meter black cloth. And then buy, like, you need to each go to your places where you stay. And then we're going to do a prayer at the same time. In the shower, you put the cloth on the floor, you shower, and then you must take this cloth and I think he said, "I go find a 4-way stop and just throw the cloth there." You see how it always goes between scamming and rituals, like
yes, the intersection. Because I know there's a significant of the
intersection.
Yes, the
sometimes
intersection.
people go there to let go of bad luck. So he said, "No, just throw the cloth at the 4-way stop." Remember, now we must pray simultaneously at the same time. When we're praying, he's praying where he is. Afterwards, we must go throughout the cloth. And we waited for him because remember, he didn't have a car. So he had to wait for his cousin to get home so that he can go through the cloth. Through the cloth, and then came back and said, no, the money's not enough. You guys have to think about how you guys are going to get more money, because the money that you're going to get versus the money you guys have given, it's just not enough. So now it's this thing of we're always brainstorming how we're going to get more money, but I'm like, I can't, I really can't, because then the first month came with the debit orders. And I'm thinking by now, we're not supposed to have gotten this money to pay back the loans. Now it's debit orders, Now he's like, you're stressing me. Oh my gosh, my car crashed. I've got stress. It's, And I think that's when he was communicating a bit less, because now he's stressed about his car. And I have a house, I have a car that I still pay. He said to me, I was like, listen, I'm not going to sell my house. I bought that house for my kid. I'm not touching my house. I'm not selling my car. I still need to go to work. So that's completely out of the question.
Did he suggest?
In a way, because
insinuated.
Because you start to talk about what things you have that can be sold, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sell my house because I bought that house for my child. I didn't buy it for myself. My car I'm still driving. I'm not going to sell my car because I need to go to work. So it was just like, oh, can't you ask your parents to borrow your money? Can't you? I think he asked me to do a readvance on my home loan. That's where you get money you've paid in already, you get it back.
Yeah, and then it's like refinancing the house, which is the same thing as like almost. It's when you didn't sell your house, but you did, because.
But my banker was like, you don't qualify because of the loans. Now it's like everything was just, you don't qualify.
So you did actually think.
Yeah, ask my banker, can I do this?
Wow.
Because remember, every time you're doing something, you think it's not that big. Just 100,000 rand. It's not going to be that bad, whatever. So I asked my banker. My banker said, no, you don't qualify. Obviously, I never even thought about selling my car. There's no way I was going to sell my car. So it was like, since last year, November to now, it's been the thing of, okay, how are we going to get this money? And I think I hadn't seen him for a while as well. I went periods without seeing him. And we talk here and there, and someone go a whole weekend without speaking to you. Like, it was barely,
So when did you give the 168,000 rands?
Last year, November.
November.
And then this year, it was still this thing of brainstorming. And I said to him, I'm like, listen, the only thing I have is my camera. That's the only thing I can sell. It's just 4,000 rand. Sold it, gave him the 4,000. Gave him the 4,000. I was like, I don't have more money.
But then when you now went back to him and told him that I cannot refinance the house, how was his reaction?
No, he was like, okay. Obviously, if I'm telling him, the bank says no. He's not.
He didn't show any sign of anger or...
No. He's very...
understanding.
He's not those people who overreact. It's just lately when I've told him stuff, he has outbursts. But he's not... He's very controlled.
Okay.
So, that was that. And then there was no way to get more money. And the uncles kept saying, no, we need to finish this process. And I think I would complain about us not spending time together, but he would use it as, once everything is sorted, we can even live together. So I think he would use it as a thing to get me to think about ways to finish this off so that we can spend more time together. But I just got tired of the treatment as well. So towards the time I started demanding my money now, I told them, I'm like, listen, but around May this year, I actually was very depressed. I think that's when I started to realize that, no man, this thing might be a scam. Now you've got these debit orders that are coming off every month. It was such a depressive time, and I never told anyone.
How much is your repayment of everything?
I haven't actually sat down and wrote it down, but I'd say, because the one loan I paid off, I had money, I paid off the one. So I think now, let's say around, let me say 5,000.
A month?
Yeah, let me say 5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Let me say 5,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is. It doesn't seem like a lot, but
it does a lot.
Man, you could be doing something else
every month. That's a lot.
Yeah, so I was so depressed, for a very long time, and I didn't tell anyone. I was having suicidal thoughts. I was just, this person's barely speaking to you these days. I think that's when I started to realize that
it was a scam.
This could have been a scam, but there's this back and forth because, okay, you got the money, why aren't you blocking me? Or maybe there was a hope that you're going to get more money. Maybe that's the thing.
That's very, because, Sorry guys, this I said I have flu. I'm struggling. But of everyone that I've ever spoken to, that's the most littlest amount. So to him, that was nothing because this guy's gone for millions. So for him to get like 160 something thousand, which is 180, I would say, because of the first 12,000.
And then the camera as well.
And the camera, so like 100, almost 180.
Let's say 180. Yeah.
That's nothing to them. That's literal nothing. Like it's like you're playing, waste the money. You know?
Because I remember when we got to the bank that day, we were going to do the applications. We called the uncle to do the prayer, and then he was like, "Yeah, you guys must each get 2.5 million." And I was like, 2.5 million, right?
That's what I'm saying. They gun for millions. They don't gun for hundreds of thousands. Like if a guy is gonna leave you alone, block you or whatever, that's when he has gotten Boma 6, 7 above.
Oh my
like
goodness.
That's when they feel like okay, 600,000 at least. Like 600K is like at least, you know. They gun for millions.
Sure. So I think maybe there was that hope.
Yeah, they definitely was.
Are we? Because there's a point where it's like, no, you've paid the loan off a bit. Why don't you go and apply again? I said, no, it's fine. I'll go.
But then, what was he now saying with the money that was there? Like, couldn't they take the 160 something, the 68,000, and instead of the 13 million, then they give you 7 million?
Because I said to him, okay, why don't you just give me the money? I pay off the loans. Also, there's a way for me to try and get my money back. Pay off the loans and then I apply. Obviously, I'll qualify for more now. So it was that thing of, but where's the money? Why can't you, you know?
And what did he say when you said that?
About the money.
About getting the money to pay the loans and then getting more.
He said, no, remember this whole thing is a process. Only the uncle is the one who knows and what. He doesn't know as much as the uncle, so he also knows as much as me.
They know. The moment the money is in there, it can't come out because they know.
Because they spend the money probably. So it was the matter of, okay, now we need to finish this process off. When can we, you know? And I was like, guys, I don't have the money. Then eventually I told him, you know what, because I've opened a business account and I qualify for a loan of 1.3. Was he not excited? Was he not? He was so excited. And I mean, remember, now I'm like, I've decided that, you know what, no, I'm not going to do this anymore with this guy. So I told him, listen, I've qualified for 1.3 million rand for my business account. So, yeah, I think this is the money we've been waiting for. Was he not typing paragraphs?
My love.
How finally we can live together. How I just need to give him this money and watch him. He knows he hasn't been a good man to me. He knows, you know what, I'm going to give him this money and I can just watch on as we accomplish our dreams. And I was just rolling my eyes the whole time. And now he told the uncle as well that
the money finally
is coming, you know. And at that time, I haven't even done anything like that, you know. And then there was a day we had to meet. The night before, I just sent him a voice note. I'm like, listen here, I want my money. I want my money. And after all those paragraphs, he just sent that, you know, that emoticon with the sharp. That's all he said. And I was like, listen, I want my money. I really want my money. And I'm not going to give you any more money. And yeah, that's when I started to demand my money. And I told the uncle as well, I'm like, I want my money. Why can't you just give me the money I gave you? Why is it so difficult? You know? There's a lot of things. I had to get a private investigator. I had to apply some pressure. You know, it's been, you know, I can't really go into the details of that. But yeah, he said he started paying me back. I mean, he's only given me 2,000 so far. He says from January he can actually start to pay properly because he's going to have a job. I don't know if he's planning to scam some. And I told him, like, I don't care what you need to do, but I want my money back. And I had to put him in a very tight corner. And I think that's how he started paying. But he says he only owes me the money from the camera because that's the money I gave him. But he will still pay out of love, out of the love that he has. He's still going to pay me back all the money. That's what.
So what is this expecting from you? Is he expecting you to go to the uncle because the 168 you gave to the uncle?
He's saying now him and his uncle are not getting along because of this whole thing. Because he's now also lost his money. I told him, I'm like, I've never seen you giving him money.
Exactly. And you never saw him go to the bank. And this is the other part again that I also just wanted to say, what you guys, even with these things, I know that when you're in there, a lot of things just will not click, right? But please tell me, because after me asking for a loan from the bank, someone literally is behind me You guys are not married. You're not married in community. There's nothing that connects you. So what stops him from going into the same bank as you? Because you're both just clients.
Exactly.
You're not linked anyway. You're South African, he's Ugandan, you know. So like obviously there was a red flag, which I do understand how you would miss, because at that time obviously they are trying to be convincing and stuff. But yeah, it's all a lie.
Because I could have said, I'm going to this bank, you go to that one. I'll go to this one, you go to it. It wouldn't have to be at the same time.
Or even the same bank, the same time. You guys are not linked. How does the bank know? Okay, or what? Even you and I right now, we can go together as friends, and then I get my loan, you get your loan. Our particulars don't click, nothing, you know.
Or maybe he's someone that the bank knows. I don't know. Maybe, because for me, even after that day, he was like, no, you need to apply. You know, there's other companies that offer loans, other insurance companies. No, we need to try. But I was like, but this is not what we discussed. Like, now I must go to all these other places, try to get more money.
No, the reason for that is because he can't qualify. Which job does he job? It doesn't work. He's a scammer. So he knows that he can't go in the same bank with you because he has to produce particulars.
And he doesn't have documents.
He doesn't have, yeah.
He doesn't have documents. So, that's... And then I told the uncle as well, I'm like, I want my money. He's like, okay, if you guys want to get the money back, you need to come in and consult.
Okay.
To get the money back.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not coming there. I'm not meeting with any of you guys.
I just want my money.
I just want my money. That's all. It's really simple.
So you had the uncle's numbers?
I still have them. He's still there on the map.
And so what did he say? He said that the only the only condition you can get your money back is if you come.
No, we have to come in and consult with the powers about getting the money back. And I said to him, and he kept saying, I was just doing my job.
So, this is going to go up. I don't know if this can be able to help. I would suggest that you actually go to the police, right? You tell them, I'm coming. You go there.
No, that's what I told him. I said,
that's what he's saying. You do, right? So what you do is that you go to the police, you explain everything. You go to the house with the police. Now at least we have information that there's someone underground. The ancestor is the one that should get arrested, including all of them. So right now, if you are to go to a police station and you are able to explain everything and you say that I caught wind of what is going on, these people have my money, show them the text and everything, you go to the house with the police. So when they open, the police is there. The ancestor is always in the hut when they know you're coming. So what they do is that they put everything out. They should look underground. Everything in the house should be ripped open. You understand? And then they will definitely find a hole because the ancestor will be there. That's when they will find that person there. Then they arrest all of them. Now the police also actually have proof of everything. So guys, this is an advice to someone that is out there that is in the same situation that she's in. Tell this when they say come to consult, the ancestor is already underground. Go there with the police. Let them find that person under. The person that actually the Ugandan guy that sent me the email, he actually said there was an instant where I don't know if the lady was just scared or whatever, and she had a gun. The moment the voice came, she shot at the direction and shot and killed the ancestor.
Oh my gosh.
So the guy that was hiding under, he got killed with that bullet. So that's one way you can do it if you really want to catch them.
Yeah, because I said to the uncle, I'm like, listen, if I come now, it's going to be with police. He's like, no problem. You're welcome to come with them. So I don't know what level of reverse psychology they're trying to...
It is a reverse psychology to say, yeah, you can come. And other than that, now when they get there, if the police is going there and they're like, yes, my child, if they don't know that the person is actually underground, then they know that the police are also going to feel like, but the ancestor, guys, is underground. That is why these people, they rent houses and not particularly, what do they call this? Apartments.
And they don't stay there.
No, they don't. No, they do not. Most of them don't. They actually change. That's not their full residence. So when you get there, you might find new tenants. And they will say, no, we don't know that person. But the hole is always there because it's a group of them. So once one scammer moves, another scammer comes in, the ground is already there. You might find it's the same ancestor.
It's so elaborate.
Yes. So when you have the knowledge, it all now just adds up and makes sense. And with the pot, what I'm suspecting is that you might find that they actually have a material that they actually put on top of the pot. In the pot, you pour the water, you see there's nothing because it's the same color. But once it gets boiled, you might find that that plastic that maybe has been spray painted with silver to match the pot, it actually dissolves, and then whatever was being hidden under that, it now comes out. Now that's when you get the money, you get the color, you get whatever. It's all just a mind game.
Sure. Yeah, so that's where we are now. He says he's going to pay me. But
the fact that your scammer even has an Instagram account,
he's like, if you go on his Instagram,
let me check his Instagram account.
I think it's private. But he's got TikTok. He's got
okay, so I will cut his name out.
Let me see if I can find.
Okay, yeah, here. Yeah. Guys, like, I've been struggling today because of the flu, and I'm so sorry that I kept on coughing. But at the same time, I feel like the more and more we get information, because ever since I read the email that I actually got, the guy has actually also agreed to have a phone interview with me, and then he can answer the questions that I actually have for him. But so much makes sense. But he did say that these guys have no powers whatsoever. He even said they don't even use muti. It's just the fact that they're very good at body reading, like the language, right? And then also they're good at the scamming because they've been doing it for a long time and they work together. So that's why it's like a whole production of everything that is actually going on.
Let me see. Yeah.
And yet again, I also want to say, guys, the reason why I don't show the scammers' pictures is because, number one, the Poppy Act. Yes, criminals in South Africa have rights, even more than us, in my personal opinion, because he can violate me, but I can't post about him because I'm violating his rights. High chances are my scammer or her scammer, if I post him, he can go to the police and the police can arrest me, yet they won't arrest the actual scammer. Do you know that? That's so sad. Yeah, that is so sad. Unless if you've got like a police case against him, then he's posted as a wanted person. Then that is assisting the police, I think. But with the Poppy Act, unless, he posted, which is why I'm surprised your scammer has Instagram. Most of them, they don't have public pictures.
He's got LinkedIn.
Most of them don't have public pictures because they don't really want anything to link them.
Yeah, no, he's got pictures. He's got a whole Instagram account. But I think they also target government employees.
Did he ask if you were a government employee, or is it there in your bio on Instagram that you're a government?
I think if you go on my Instagram, you can see
that you're a government employee.
Yes.
Yeah, and they also target,
because they know that you qualify for loans.
But other than qualifying for loans, did they not suggest that you actually retire, like that you take your package?
No. This is the profile.
Let me see.
He's a proper Instagram person. He's not a
Oh my gosh. And a friend of mine follows him. But his profile picture, he's facing that way. So you can't see his face.
But on his profile, he's got pictures of his face.
Yes, because he has got 126 posts. He has got 974 followers and he's following 521. But he is also followed by a friend of mine. So I'm going to actually call her and just find out how does she know this person. And then obviously we'll also just take it from there.
And she can also take screenshots of his pictures.
Yes, she actually can. So I'll be able to do that after. But wow. So I feel like when it comes to you, you're the most jolly person that I've ever met that have been scammed, but you're the one that got scammed the least amount of money.
Yeah.
Because ever since you've been here, you've been laughing.
But if you don't laugh, you're going to go crazy.
It's not a laughing matter.
Yeah, but I can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
For a very long time, it was not funny.
Yeah.
And now I hadn't told anyone. And I think when I saw the first episode that you did, that's when I was like, actually, man, this thing happens. And it happens to a lot of people. And also reading the comments, I was like, this is not unique to me, and but I'm so smart. How can I fall for this? How did I get ya? How did I get ya? That's the...
No, I think it's because I have said this many times. It has nothing to do with being smart. It really doesn't. Even the smartest of the smartest, the only thing that's there is knowledge. Which is why I say we do understand that the scam is the same. The scam is the fake ancestors, right? And that's how they get the money. The money has to be mixed, everything. But how we get there and the different corners and routes they take, that's what we're exposing. If you look at the basic code, the scam is the same with everyone. But how you meet these guys, where you meet them, their personas and everything, that's the different thing. Your scammer has an Instagram account with almost 1,000 followers. You
TikTok
can't expect
even.
him to be a scammer. You understand?
You're not thinking that.
You're not thinking that. You think that this is someone that just came to your Instagram and this person was just basically, you know, obviously interested in you and stuff like that. Obviously, you would not know. So it has nothing to do with being smart. It just has to do with having knowledge. And the more and more we educate, the more and more we're doing these episodes, we're literally helping and saving so many women's lives. But I will not lie, I'm so happy that at least, you know, you seem to be at a better place. You know, but you did go through it, as you said, that there was a point where you were suicidal.
Yeah, I went to therapy, actually, because, I mean, that's how I get through stuff. I went to my therapist, and I spoke to her about this, and I think that's what helped a lot. That's what really, really helped a lot with this.
But you have not shared with your family?
I told my aunt. I've started telling my friends. I haven't told my parents. I think I'll tell them when...
everything is done.
I'm not paying loans anymore.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this happened to me once, because... Yeah, but I've started telling people about it, and it's really helped a lot, because even they are more alert, you know.
Yeah. I am really just so proud of you.
Oh, thank you, I try. But it's one thing it's done, it's made me work very hard.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've worked very hard, and I've done so well this year. Overall, I think that's the one take home from it, that it really pushed me. And I think it changed my relationship with money. Because I think money is not something we're intentional about. It's about, I get money, I pay bills, I go out, I buy clothes, I do this. But if you're not very intentional about your money as people, you know. And I think if I was more intentional about my money, I would have said, there's no way I'm going to give someone this money.
I think that it's also that you've been a giver, right? You're a giver,
I'm a giver
by nature. That's what I've said. They target givers. You know, I also am someone that after that whole... Oh, sorry guys, I know it's disgusting. I also am someone that after that whole ordeal, I started not just giving money. You know, I started being very intentional with my money, even though I did get my money back, but I started being very intentional with my money because I am a natural giver. My siblings know, you know, people around me, they know, like I'm someone that I'm a giver. But after that experience, I actually started having fans. So now I'm like, okay, I consider myself to have 3 kids because I have 2 sisters and I have a nephew. I know I have to support them. So I just tell myself I have 3 kids. So I funnel my money to my children, myself, and then I see who can be extended to. But other than that, really, honestly, I just don't. When you're a stranger, especially a man here, and you will never even get 1 rand.
Not even 1 cent.
Not a man.
You know, but I think all of us have been there where you've spend some type of money on it.
Of course.
No, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again. But I really changed how I think about money. And sometimes, you know, it's like later on in life, you might have so much money that you needed this experience to happen. Because when you have that much money, you can't afford to be making mistakes.
Because if you just had 5 million in your account, they would have
been gone.
Scammed you that much. You know?
So I think it's one of those things that it teaches you something. Yeah, it taught me a lot about money.
So the other thing again that I'm saying that is sort of like almost like a trend that is happening is that it seems like people that go to sangomas, that the ones that are now also falling into these scams, because these people come as like, you know, obviously they use the sangoma world. Me personally, because I'm someone that never goes to any sangoma, the moment you say there's any ndumba, I'm not even entering. You understand? I'm out. So it means that scam is not really gonna work with me because I don't at all. Like that's something I don't even compromise when it comes to me, right? And there's nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong with someone that goes to sangomas and stuff like that. For me, I don't have any judgment or whatever. But you being someone that got scammed in this way, what advice would you give to your fellow sisters that do visit sangomas to say, guys, as much as maybe this and this feels familiar, be careful maybe of this and that?
I think if you're someone who's a traditional person, a cultural person, I think if you're going to go consult, just go to someone that you've been going to. Go to someone you know through another person. Don't just, you see, like this was a random guy in a sense because, you know, I could have just said, no, you know what, for a cleansing, I'd rather go to whoever or to wherever. So I think just don't go to people you don't know or maybe people you meet through other people. Like friends, yes, family, but see, like someone you're dating, it's a bit
sketchy.
But also scammers find a way to scam you.
They do.
If they don't use this,
they'll use something else.
My car crashed and then next thing, I'll pay you every month, please buy this car for me. Things like that. So I think it's just they find a way to scam in different ways. But I think just don't go to a place where you're not familiar with.
And I think that also, if you are a traditional person and you go to any Indumba and there's a voice that is speaking, it's a red flag.
Yes.
There's no ancestor that speaks, guys. I don't care how strong your Sangoma you think he is or whatever, the dead are dead. Okay, like that voice is not here. Even if they say they hear spiritually, okay, we can't argue because we do not. But in the physical realm, no voice is still coming from the dead, you know. So yeah, I think that that's also just another thing. I think if any other thing, if you hear someone that speaks a different accent.
No, the accent wasn't that far off. It was not.
But you could hear that this guy is not a South African.
Not really.
No, there's an ancestor.
There was a day they asked me if I want to speak to my ancestors, someone who speaks in my language. So maybe that's the day that organized someone.
No, but remember, that guy, the ancestor is someone that always speaks Venek. So this guy is like fluent in different languages in South Africa. That's how it works. Because if now you're like, my ancestor speaks Zulu, he will start, you know, stuff like
because
that.
I think when I was very different, he said, no, but we can, like they asked, do you want to speak to someone from your side? So maybe they were going to speak in my language.
Definitely.
Maybe that was the...
Yeah.
But it's so elaborate. Like, it's so elaborate, this thing that they're doing. So...
But thank you so much for actually sharing. Have you dated since? Because this happened last year, November.
Yeah, I have.
That's good.
I have dated.
Are you in a relationship now? Okay, let's not get there.
I'm not married.
But okay, you're dating.
I'm not married, yes. I'm not married.
You still belong to Jesus, you know,
I'm
up
not
until...
married.
But that's okay.
Yeah, but I've not gotten over
Does
it,
your
but-
partner know?
Yeah, I told him this.
Oh, okay.
And he was
Is he a
like-
South African?
No, he's not.
Well, like, scam footage.
No, it's difficult to say,
But he's not, is he Ugandan as
oh,
well?
hell no. I wouldn't say, like, with the dating thing, I'm just going to say I'm not married, but I've told this person about this, and I was like, yo, I'm so sorry this happened to you, but I still can't believe that this thing is actually still something that happens, and people fall for it.
And they know it. Most foreigners know about this.
They know
this
all
is
the
the
scams
oldest
that
trick in
they
the
know-
book.
they know all these
How do you
scams
guys
that-
know this? Because they've done them in their country and they're done there. Everybody knows about it. Now they're here and they've been doing here for years. And unfortunately, with South African women, South African women go into shame mode and they don't talk about it. So to hell and back, I'm sure this is the worst thing that has happened to them, because now we're actually waking up South Africans to say, hey, you know, and they've now started to also go into the gay community. Like, this men will stop at nothing. Yes, they will be sleeping with men and everything, scam them and move on. And this is like a straight man, but for money he will go there.
Anything. He'll do anything.
It's wild.
But
I do have someone that will still come to the show. He is gay and he got scammed by Ugandan men, same thing. And with the email that I got, the guy detailed that now they're also moving into the gay community. And I was like, this guy is actually telling the truth, because I do have a gay guy that is still going to come to the show.
Really, but in the shame, the power's in the shame.
The power is in
no
the
one is
shame.
talking about it, so they continue to do it because no one knows about it.
1,000%. But the more and more we talk about it, I feel like we're making it so broad, and to a point where, you know, as much as you are not showing your face, which I don't have a problem with that, as long as people are now starting to talk, we'll get to a point where someone's like, well, I was once scammed, you know, this is what happened and everything. And these criminals can get caught. We can change the laws so that it's actually a jailable offense. But I'm really shocked, because this is the first time that I'm getting someone that got scammed by someone that even has an Instagram page that is fully functional.
I've got selfies with.
Wow.
I've got selfies with. I've got, you know.
And again, guys, remember, don't give people cash. Like, doing cash business is very risky, you know, because right now, even if you were to say, I'm going to go and get him arrested and stuff like that, high chances are, as you see now, he's telling you, you only gave me 4,000 rands. So he can give you 4,000 and say, no, I'm done. What about your 180? You understand? So yeah, just be very careful. But thank you so much for actually sharing. I'm seeing your face. You're so beautiful, by the way. I do have to say.
Thank you.
So this scammer definitely has taste, you know.
At least.
You know.
But you know, he said to me, he's like, you were always so kind to me.
He said
He acknowledged that I was so nice to him. And maybe he caught feelings along the way, and then the scam, does a scam.
And you're not the first person to say this, that, I think he caught feelings. These people have no hearts.
Because he was like, he didn't have to say what he was saying because it was recent. After I've asked for my man, he's like, you were always so nice to me. You were always so nice. So maybe they've got hearts somewhere. But they're not in the right place.
I think they're just good actors. Honestly,
brilliant.
They're great actors.
Brilliant actors.
The same way that you saw fear and them being scared, and yet they do this on a daily basis. They're very good actors. So for him to say that you've always been so nice to me, obviously that you are gonna say, oh my gosh, I think maybe he actually loved me. Then you're gonna go soft on him. Do you get it?
Yeah, but no, and I think now I'm very unpredictable to him.
Yes.
So
sir, I do have a friend that follows you. I'm gonna find out how you guys are linked, and obviously if you're watching this story, you know who she is. So I mean, child, this is just absolutely crazy.
Crazy. I've loved it.
But I know this is so bad, but looking at everything, you are literally so lucky.
I know, in the sense that maybe I can have a financial recovery eventually. I mean, I think, I would have a financial recovery eventually, and,
So again, guys, even if you meet someone on Instagram or whatever, or if they've got following or not, please just, the moment it starts involving money, run.
Yeah.
Just don't with your money. But anyway, I feel like now we're just rambling. Thank you so much for coming to the show and sharing.
Thank you.
You're so beautiful. I'm happy that you're now, in a new situation.
Let's not get excited.
But yeah, man. Anyway, ninjas, I love you guys. Please do make sure that you comment down below. And I am so sorry that I'm literally like from the verge of death. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Stay blessed and stay safe. Do not get scammed by nobody out there out of your hard-earned money. From Owamie, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and of course I'll see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.